Other matters where a low representation of women in Nigerian politics continues to raise concerns, prompting renewed calls for legislative action and inclusive governance. In response, women from diverse sectors, including the creative industry, are lending their voices to an initiative aimed at increasing female participation in governance. At the center of the conversations is the Special Seats Bill, a proposed legislation designed to address gender imbalance in elective offices. Statistics from the Independent National Electoral Commission revealed a worrying trend where in 2019, the general elections, only 3,000 out of 23,000 candidates were women, representing just 12%. And by 2023, that number fell to about 10%, and the decline has triggered conversations across the country where advocates stressed that a democracy without women is like a house half built. And for more on these perspectives, as the former Commissioner of Works and Transportation in Ekiti State, Funmilayo Ogun, good to have you on the news at this time. So first off now, how would you assess the current level of women's participation in politics in Nigeria today?
Good evening. The current level of women participation in Nigeria today is below expectation. Over 25 years ago, there was a clamor for 35% affirmative. Up to now, we are below 7% in Nigeria participation. Do you know that out of 36 states in Nigeria, we have 10 states without a woman in the House of Assembly? We have up to 469 seats in the National Assembly. We have 109 in the Senate. We have just 4 women. We have just 14 women in the House of Reps. Can you just imagine? 16 women in the House of Reps, which means in the National Assembly, we just have like 4.2% of women's representation. Globally, Nigeria is 124th rank in gender parity. So we are still far behind in women representation in political assignments, in political empowerment.
Okay, so but with that being said, in a situation where the politics, where money plays a major role in all of this, how can women now effectively compete and, of course, gain access to public office?
Number one, there must be policies in place. There are lots of women that are interested. There are a lot of women that have the capacity, have the intellect, have everything it takes to participate, to be part of governance. So there have to be policies in place that will encourage women. It's good to hear that the National Assembly is doing a lot to ensure that they formulate laws and policies to support and to encourage women. Then it's good to also let you know that in 2022, the federal court already ruled that women's 35% affirmation must be followed in Nigeria, but we're not living up to that. We're not working up to that. It's not being obeyed. The court rule is not even being obeyed. So policies have to be put in place to encourage and to support this. Also, women, we have to also change our attitude. We must have the proper attitude. We must believe in ourselves. Women must have the understanding that whatever a man can do, that a woman can also do even much better. God has deposited gifts both in man and in woman. So it's important that we have the right frame of mind, we have the right attitude, and we believe and encourage one another. It's also important that women, because in the population in Nigeria, there's just little difference between the men's population and women's population.
Right.
So women also need to encourage one another, to support each other.
Right. Point taken
Wherever
there.
there's an opportunity for a woman.
Point taken there. Apologies for interrupting your flow of thought. But because of time, let's quickly move on to the next question, where we understand Ekiti State is preparing for the upcoming governorship election now. So, but what are the prospects for women now seeking political relevance and leadership positions? Do you see that coming any likely?
For me, I have indicated interest for the past 2 years. I've been aspiring for that seat. And I've been putting everything in place, started my consultation, reconciliation, mobilization towards getting to that seat. So this is an opportunity for the world, for everyone to support a woman. That is me, Fumi Ogun, to be the next governor of Ekiti State by the special grace of God. Ekiti State is a blessed state with a lot of opportunities. And then whenever a woman is involved in governance, definitely there will be a difference in the way things are being handled or the way things are being done. So in 2026, if a woman like me is given that opportunity, I will ensure that we make a difference in governance. For example, I'm a geologist by profession. I worked for years, for 16 years in the German mining industry. And I have everything that is needed to occupy that kind of an office. So why can't a woman be given that opportunity? And Ekiti is a state that is blessed with mineral deposits, mineral resources. If given that opportunity as a woman, I would do everything possible to ensure that I transform the deposits that we are sitting on in Ekiti into money for Ekiti State. And the governance is not about just giving people the benefits, the essential needs of the people. Governance is about transformation. It's about making a difference by doing something new is by creating wealth, creating opportunities for the people. Do you believe that Ekiti State have lithium? Ekiti State has lithium, mineral deposits,
right?
Lithium ore. That if this is mined, this will create wealth for Ekiti State.
Right.
So if I'm given the opportunity with my wealth of experience,
right,
I will ensure that everything that is in Ekiti State, the mineral deposits in Ekiti State, is used towards creating wealth and creating jobs for the people.
Right, point taken there. But finally, before we let you go now, what can be done rather now to encourage women like yourself to be part of politics, given the passion and of course the drive you have for this position? And of course we understand the difficult terrain in the system. What can be done to encourage women like yourself to join in?
Number one is to create that policy, is to tell the people that support this woman, support a woman, is to encourage a woman by giving a woman opportunity. For example, if there are 3 or 4 men competing for the same position, a woman, and there's a woman there, that woman should be given the opportunity to participate or to given the rights of choice than the men, because the men has dominated the scene for a very long time. It's my interest to know that in Nigeria, as we speak, since onset of democracy, there has never been a woman elected as governor in Nigeria. So if we have 3 or 4 people, or 3 or 4 men, or a woman, that woman should be given that right to move ahead, because we are very few that have always been indicating interest or participating. And the woman should be given economic empowerment too. And because in all these things, a lot of people that are involved in politics, even though they have the strength, they have the capacity, they have the knowledge, they have everything it takes, but they need the support of the men.
And that's a fine place to live
call on men to support the women in getting to these positions, and also
right,
for
thank
the
you so
men,
much.
for the women also to lift up each other.
Right.
By lifting up each other, it will be easier because we are also voters. Women are voters, men are voters.
Former
And the difference
Commissioner for
in the
Works and
registration of voters
Transportation in
are very,
Ekiti
very, very
State.
little, minimal. So if women that are voters encourage the other women, it will help a lot to get a woman into the
Thank
places
you
of
so much
authority.
for your time with us. Apologies because of time, we cannot continue with the conversation, but you've said a lot, and we thank you so much for your insights on the news at this time. Fumilayo Ogun, former Commissioner of Works in Ekiti State. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's nice having me, and I look forward to having more